Hello and welcome everyone. In this video, we're going to take a look at how to enable Microsoft Fabric in your Power BI tenant. But if you haven't already, you might want to take the time and opportunity to check out Austin Leibel's video where he was going through just what is Fabric. So maybe pause here, take a look at generally what is Fabric, and then come on back and I'll show you how you can turn this on within your Power BI tenant right after this little introduction. All right, so hopefully you're ready and excited because here we go. We're going to dive right in and take a look on how we can enable Microsoft Fabric in your organization. Now, of course, when we talk about this, you're going to need some very specific access. Basically, you need to have specific roles so you can access the permissions to turn this on. And there's a couple of caveats to this. But mainly, at the surface, you either need to be a Power BI administrator, which is going to eventually, the term Fabric administrator should be coming into play, or potentially a global administrator. So naturally, a global administrator is above there and can do everything a Power BI admin can, but even more. Technically, you can also go with a Power Platform administrator. This also, once again, there's the whole Fabric administrator conversation. We may see that coming in a name change, just not exactly certain when. Now, these are things that are taken care of outside of the actual Power BI portal, so you'd need to reach out to your IT team. If you don't have access to this, basically at the end of the day, we need to be able to access the Power BI Admin Center. So in the Power BI portal, we can go to the admin settings, and we're going to be manipulating the tenant settings. And you need one of these roles that I've mentioned in order to get to that location, which of course, we're going to go through and look at the Power BI Admin Center together in this video. So now that you understand what kind of roles you need, where do you go exactly? Well, I've mentioned one already, right? The admin portal. But once we go into that admin portal, you actually have two directions in which you can go about this. Now we're going to take a close look at the tenant settings option because depending on when you're viewing this video, there's going to be some very specific things you need to be aware of. Basically, an important date in mind is July 1st. I'll explain that more when we actually dive into the actual portal together. But you can go into the tenant settings. We'll see an option right actually at the very top to say, hey, I want to turn Fabric on for my entire organization. The reason why I've highlighted the second option there below it, capacity settings, is because actually you can go ahead and basically disable Fabric at an organizational level, but allow the ability to turn on the creation of Fabric items at a capacity level. So just a quick picture right at the top level, the tenant, just think about this as your overall organization. And granted, in usually much larger organizations, you may have multiple tenants, but we're really not going to talk about that scenario. But let's imagine, like for us, we have Pragmatic Works. That is our tenant. I can turn it on or turn it off there. There's some granularity of control, which we'll see. But if I want to, I could leave it off. And if I have capacity, which you might be wondering, what is capacity? In short, this is basically a licensing structure or architecture that you can purchase through Microsoft. Now, this is obviously a very actually important topic, but we're not going to go into depth and detail around capacities in a grand detail around pricing and SKUs. We are going to talk about that briefly. It's one of the last slides we have, but just know that I am going to do a focused video on licensing. In that one, we'll go greater into depth into understanding the licensing models within Power BI. Well, that's where we'll talk more in depth about capacities, but just know this is a licensing structure that your organization can purchase. And you can actually turn this on, the Fabric capabilities, just within a specific capacity. Now, overall, beyond the trial itself, when you are looking to purchase Fabric, you will be purchasing capacity, right? So that's a very quick description, just a small overview around licensing. We'll see another slide on that later. But once again, this is a very important topic. It just is a lot more in depth and there's a lot more to discuss. So we're going to dedicate an entire video just to that. But just for this video, we can turn on Fabric in kind of multiple areas here. So it's important to know. So now that we know where to go to turn on Fabric, how do I start even using it? Now, once again, this is more about recognizing, oh, Fabric's here and available. You're going to see that in the bottom left corner, once you enable this, either you're going through the trial, or if you purchase this, of course, you're going to have this little Power BI icon in that bottom left corner, right? Sometimes this is referred to as the persona switcher. In this case, you can see when you select this, you're presented with options beyond just Power BI. You can see just here on the screen, data factory, data engineering, data science, data warehouse, and real-time analytics, potentially more to come here too. Remember, at the time of this recording, we are in public preview for Fabric. So there's so many things that could come about and some things that could show up that we don't even know of just right now. Now, as well as seeing this option here, obviously, when you are in a valid workspace, effectively either one of the Fabric trial workspaces, I'll talk a bit more about that once we get it set, or a dedicated capacity workspace, either of these two options, once you're in that workspace, you'll see that there's the option new, which has been there for a little bit now. But now when you hit that drop down for new, you will see the options here, such as an example, as we can see in the screenshot, data marts. Actually, the only one in this screenshot that's going to be new is that not even the data marts. If we go over and we were to hit that show all button at the bottom in a valid workspace, we'll actually see a whole presentation of the features available to us. And we'll see that for ourselves. But once again, we're actually going to have a follow-up video to this where we're going to focus on kind of the overview and the navigation within the Power BI portal, specifically around Fabric. That should be done by my counterpart, Austin. So keep a lookout for that video itself. But this is basically, once it's turned on, how you're going to start interacting with it, right? And then we get to what I was mentioning, right? What is that cost? And once again, we see that term here, capacity. So capacity has existed for quite a while in Power BI. Mainly, you'll probably know it as Premium, Power BI Premium, right? At the end of the day, Power BI Premium is simply just one SKU, right? One subscription that you can effectively purchase for your Power BI tenant. And it unlocks a ton of different features from a performance perspective, from just feature capabilities. And that's what we see when we talk about things like P1 through P5. So once again, we will be going into greater depth and detail, but just so you know right off the bat, for those who maybe already have a knowledge of capacities, in this case, our F64 here that you see, that is, these are the names of the SKUs, that is equivalent to a P1 SKU, so a premium capacity SKU, P1. But then there's also other lineups, and others match the E SKUs and the A SKUs, like the Azure Embedded SKUs. But we will go into greater depth and detail into that because, like I said already, you can tell this deserves its own conversation. But this right now is what we have for billing, and it is based off of a region, West US, which this can change depending on what region you are within. And once again, we are in a public preview state, so some of these things can change. And there's actually more that goes into this, such as storage. So much to talk about. That's why I want to make sure I take the time and give it exactly what it deserves, its own dedication. But here, you can always go to the Microsoft documentation, kind of stay up to date, what's going on with this pricing, whenever you are deciding, hey, you know what? It's time to actually go ahead and purchase a Fabric capacity. That's what you would end up doing. And this is just the breakdown of it, with the CU, right, capacity units, being your indicator of performance. But at the end of the day, top to bottom, you're moving down between capacity, you're moving down with performance as you get to the F2048. Obviously, this is going to be the high-end capacity, but there's naturally an associated cost with this. And we've already been informed that there's not only going to be a pay-as-you-go monthly, which is actually different than what we're used to with dedicated capacity, but there actually will be a reserved option similar to what we know and expect with dedicated capacity, like your premium SKUs. We have like a flat rate that is actually taken care of, and you can kind of sign in for that. So that is something we're expecting to see. It's going to be coming forward. We just haven't seen that as of yet. When that comes about, we'll definitely get an update to that video, and that's going to make this pricing a bit more in line with what you're used to with your traditional premium SKUs. But it should be noted, something that's pretty unique here with these Fabric capacities is that you can pause them, right? So there's a little bit of more control here on what you're going to be charged. That's a very important thing to know and understand. All right, so now we've laid a little bit of groundwork here. We've talked a bit about the different pieces. Let's actually go through the motions inside of a Power BI portal, right? And let's turn on Fabric and see the interaction here and how this is going to impact us. So I'm going to sneak away from the PowerPoint itself. As you can see right now, I have two environments I'd like to show you. One, this is my Pragmatic Works account. And as you can see just down here, I already have those features that we discussed enabled. You can see that I have this little Power BI icon in the bottom left corner. So in this case, I'm actually using a fabric trial, but of course there's other things in play. This is kind of a special, unique environment. So I don't want to start you off here because there's a good chance you don't see that icon. So let's talk about that situation. You're in there, you're in your organizational Power BI tenant, and this is how it's been. This is what it has looked like. Naturally, there's been some UI changes, even if you're not using Fabric, but I want to have that little icon. I want to be able to create Fabric artifacts, right? So, as we talked about, as long as you have those permissions, as long as you have the right roles assigned to you, Power BI Administrator, soon to be called Fabric Administrator, or Global Admin, or as well the Power Platform Administrator, then we can simply just go over here into the upper right-hand corner. You're going to see right there, once we hit this drop down, we can go ahead and move our way down to this Admin Portal option right here. And upon selection, we're going to have all of these fun capabilities at our disposal. There's a ton of stuff that comes along with tenant settings. We do go through this in our Power BI administration class, which of course we will be updating with the introduction of Fabric. But for right now, let's just focus right at the top. You can see, there it is. Microsoft Fabric, right in the top option for tenant settings. It's ready to go. And you'll see, by default, this is disabled for the organization. But there's a small caveat to this. If you open this up, there's a little message letting us know that by default, Fabric Preview is in an off state. So you basically, here's the trick. If you don't do anything, is what this little message is telling us, well then on July 1st, Fabric will be turned on for your organization. So this is really the first place everybody wants to go to. You may not want to be using Fabric. There might be a decision within that organization that you say, you know what? We like it, we're interested, but we're just not ready yet. I don't want to add this element into my Power BI portal and allow users to leverage it. Could cause some confusion. If that is your scenario, then you still want to come here and choose this option where you deselect this. That is the first thing you want to do. Just come here and say, you know what? I'm going to make the choice. Do I want it on or do I want it off? If you don't come here, or if you're watching this video after, or July 1st or on and you haven't done anything, then guess what? Fabric's on for you. So the question is, do we want or do we not? So I'm just going to go ahead and disable this. Just deselect the accept the Microsoft defaults. Now I'm in control, right? Now it doesn't matter when January or July 1st comes along. I get to decide and choose. And the option really is this. You either disable it for the entirety of your organization, but there are some granular controls here. Notice capacity admins can enable or disable. So that's a fun one. I'll show you that. So technically this is off, but I can still allow certain capacities to allow for this. My other tenant, the Power BI one for Pragmatic Works, I have it set up that way to show you. But we can go in here and turn this on. And the cool part is also, not only can you choose, as with many of the other tenant settings, to apply this just to the, for the entire organization, you can specify specific security groups. So you can say, yeah, I'm going to turn it on, but I'm only going to turn it on for this group, right? Or these groups, plural. So as long as that's set up, you have some groups in play within your Azure Active Directory, you can specify that. Or as you can see, you can toggle that little checkbox and say, I want to turn this on for the entire organization, except for these specific groups. So you can kind of do more inclusive or exclusive kind of lists here. It's really depending on how you want to set this up. So that's how you can kind of get that started. Choose your option, choose how you want to set this up, and simply just hit apply, right? Now users can create Fabric items. This is the new option that becomes available to us. So I'm just going to give that there just a quick little moment. We're going to see now, just with refreshing my browser, it's there. It's available now for usage. Now, an important aspect to kind of understand is, yes, this is here. Let's say I went ahead and just kind of clicked on something and I clicked on this item. You could come into some issues here. You see it says upgrade to a free Microsoft Fabric preview trial. Well, isn't that what we already did, right? So clicking on this will kind of get you started. The important thing to know and understand, right? That sets you up for a per user trial. That is how that's being kind of released here. So the option in the tenant settings was just to allow the capability of Fabric artifacts to be created. The second step is actually to have a per user Fabric trial license, which you can see I'm actually on right here, right? So we have this set. And then the key piece to this is to leverage a workspace that is valid for consumption. So once again, if we go in here, this icon here, this is just a pro workspace. If I go in here and try to use one of these new items, right? You can see there's a Lakehouse preview. You can say, hey, you got to go ahead and upgrade to a free Microsoft trial. You want to go ahead and do that. So you can see it tells me these messages. But if I go ahead and I leverage over here and I create a new workspace, which technically is also something that could be disabled within your organization. So you want to make sure that you're allowed to do this. Let's just go with a fabric test, and I'll just put my initials to make sure it's a valid name. The key part is just here in the license mode. You can go ahead and use this trial option, and this will create effectively a workspace with the fabric trial capabilities. And you will notice it has this little diamond icon. For those of you who are familiar with this, you know what this means. This indicates that this workspace is actually it's being used by a dedicated capacity. It's using some sort of capacity. But the interesting thing here is if you take a look at your capacity settings and to check out, normally you'd come here and you would see, oh, what capacity is this tied to? You'll see that there's no indication of it, right? This is a per user trial. So there is a capacity in the background. It's for the trial purposes. We just don't have access to it. We can't manage it. We can't do it, but that's okay. Because what we want to do is to be able to create any of these objects, which at this point, you absolutely can. I click Lake House. There's no message about needing to do a trial. Instead, it's going to walk me through the motions to actually create a lake house. Don't worry. We're not going to do that in this video. Like I said, check for the future ones where we're going to give all of the aspects of fabric its own focus. Austin's going to walk you through, basically giving you a tour of what this fabric experience looks like. For here, we're really just interested in how to turn it on. So there we go. We've seen how to turn it on at the organizational level, how we can make sure that we're leveraging the right type of workspace to support these artifacts. And the second thing I wanted to display is, well, what if you were going down that route? What if you did not want to enable just fabric at a tenant level? You decided to turn that to no. So you can see if I go over to these settings to my admin portal, you can see that this has been disabled for the entire Pragmatic Works organization. But we do have capacity. We do have a P1 node for premium. And here I can actually go to that capacity. I can locate it just by clicking on it. And there's a new option here called Delegated Tenant Settings. And this allows me to say, you know what? I want any workspaces that are using this tenant. I would like to support the usage of these objects, these artifacts. So this is how you can have a bit more granular control over where you can leverage fabric itself. At the tenant level, which does have some granularity built within it itself, or at the capacity level, right? But don't forget, the workspace is a critical piece here. You don't have that right type of workspace, and it's not going to function, right? It should be noted that if you just turn on fabric, let's say you have your own premium capacity just like this, you don't even need to turn on fabric. Once again, you could just come here, find your capacity in question, turn it on at this stage, and then any workspaces associated with that can leverage and utilize these features and capabilities. So hopefully that all makes sense. Hopefully now you've got your little persona switcher. You've got that option in the bottom left corner so that you can go ahead and start working and toying with fabric, right? That's what we wanted to accomplish here. So hopefully that worked out great. If you have questions, of course, leave those in the comments. We'll try our best. But once again, make sure you're keeping an eye looking out. The next video that I'm going to be focusing on will be focused around billing, kind of pricing, and other aspects of administration, such as access and roles, like where we're at right now in that conversation. So be sure to be on the lookout for that video. So as always, I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you in the next one. But this time around, I'm going to go ahead and pass my little fabric. Let me throw it over here to my good buddy, Austin, to make sure check out his video where he walks through, who gives you a tour of Microsoft Fabric and what you can do and expect once you have it enabled. Take care.